That is a very tough act to follow. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Gertie Wambach, the other sister that didn't mention. That's weird.
Now you're dragging back.
So for a guy who does not like giving speeches, it's a little absurd that I wrote a 3-page speech. So,
bear with me.
So this is the second time in what has been a very fast-paced year for me that I've been asked to contribute to the celebration of marriage by delivering a speech. And I'd like to share that if I'd been asked last year to give a speech, it probably would have been very different. For one thing, I'd been frustratingly single and unable to find someone that really spoke to my heart. And like you, I was equally shocked that women were not drawn to the bald, stocky aesthetic that I had. But really, the truth is that in entering a relationship, it's really a reflection of how we see ourselves. And I share this because personally, I've spent this last year quite in love. In that too much public display of affection, unforgivable, roommate annoying, still kissing every time the car comes to a red light, still loving how good it is to catch her smile, still loving how better it is to laugh with her than anyone else kind of love. And I'm sharing this with you not just because I'm a happy idiot, which I am, but because I remember nearly 4 years ago when I watched Stephanie and Nathan start out the same exact way. A few years ago, I was lucky enough to share a house with two of my best friends, Stephanie and our friend, Farb. And we had a great routine that involved cooking, cleaning, and rationing dark chocolate as our dessert. Now, Stephanie made the rules. And I followed the rules. Farb tried to follow the rules. It was no phones at dinner. Okay? We were going to be a family. We were going to sit down, we were going to work like a family. And after the dinner was done and the conversations were slowing, we'd settle down in front of the TV, we'd share some laughs, or we'd endure Stephanie's unstoppable battle cry of, "Oh my God," as she would gush over a nature show or a cat clip that she was watching on YouTube for the millionth time. But one night, I remember sitting in my pajamas, dark chocolate bar was out, the television was on, and there was an empty spot on the couch. And I remember laughter, unstoppable laughter in the kitchen. Now I realize that the laughter was really the sound of love. But at the time, I was pissed. This was TV time. This was roommate bonding time. She was breaking up the band. Sure, there's a plus side. With Stephanie in the kitchen, I'd have all her chocolate. But why the division? Why couldn't Stephanie just bring Nathan into the TV room? After all, Nathan is my friend. He's Farb's friend. He works with us. In fact, he'd come over to hang out with us at night, and Stephanie hijacked him, and now they're laughing like idiots in the kitchen, painting. Who paints when the Discovery Channel is showing America's Cutest Cats for the 100th? And then I remembered the laughing stopped, and my wish had been granted. Clearly, my ability to channel guilt towards Steph had inspired her to bring Nathan into the TV room. She wasn't breaking up the band. She was turning us into a supergroup. This will be fun. Realizing that Nathan was coming to watch TV with us, I did what every polite person would do. I made the room on the couch and stuffed the last bit of chocolate in my mouth because I didn't want him to feel badly there wasn't enough to share with him. Seeing the warm glow of the TV and the happy faces watching it, Nathan shared, and I'm paraphrasing, "Did you know that TV is the absolute worst thing in the entire universe, and I abhor it? And by the way, what show are you watching?" Now, had my mouth not been so full of chocolate, I assure you my jaw would have dropped. I looked to see if Stephanie was insulted by Nathan's quick wit, but by the doting look on her face, I would say that she didn't hear a word he said, and that also that the soundtrack to Lawrence of Arabia was playing behind him. When I realized that Nathan and Stephanie were falling in love, I said to Farb, "Well, if they don't make it, it will be because of how much TV she watches." Now, as sweet as true as that story is, Stephanie and Nathan didn't fall in love that night. I don't think that's how it works. I think love is like a garden. It's born out of nurturing. And that night, a seed was planted. Because I was friends with both Nathan and Stephanie, I listened to them privately opine to me about their confused feelings. I was watching these two amazing people strive to evolve past themselves into the people they would need to be to have a real relationship. To be in a real relationship, we must get comfortable with the unknown and letting go of toxic relationships. We must step into the faith that we can create the life we truly desire, not as we change to please others, but as we step more into our own authentic selves. This means communicating our needs, having higher standards around the people we are dating, and stepping into our own self-love and self-care. And on February 24th, my 32nd birthday, I was given an unforgettable gift. Two people I care so deeply for decided to start a real relationship. On my birthday, these two shared their first kiss on the doorstep underneath my room, where I had thankfully passed out because I drank so much to deal with the googly eyes they were making each other across the dinner table the entire night at my birthday. Now, hilariously, Stephanie liked Nathan so much that she told me not to invite him to my birthday party. The conversation went like this. I asked, "So you like Nathan?" Stephanie, in the same excited tone that she usually reserves for her animal clips on YouTube, nearly screamed, "Yes, I really, really do, so don't invite him to your birthday." And with a confused look and nodding head, I simply said okay, and then immediately invited him to her birthday. And from there, we know the rest. They fell in love in San Francisco, they left San Francisco. They traveled the world, they came back to San Francisco. And they took their growing love to Boulder. Nathan has endured Stephanie's marathon sneeze attacks. Stephanie has endured Nathan's need for marathon coding sessions that last for hours or until he bursts into flames. They've shared dreams. They are living their lives. And they put on this wedding. They made this wedding happen, tweaking minor details, compromising, all the while loving laughingly in that same unstoppable way I heard nearly 4 years ago. And so, I want to share one last thought. A meditation, or perhaps an intention for Stephanie and Nathan on their wedding day. It's from one of my favorite thinkers named Jackson Kidard, and he says, "Do not worry about how you will make it all work. Just focus on how you feel and go towards those feelings that bring forth joy. When you are living in your joy, the universe is living joyfully through you. When you are living a life of fear, the universe is dying and becoming smaller. Remember, you are a child of the universe, and everything the universe provides is abundant. The sun shines rays of joy, the bird sings a song of joy, the tree joyfully grows to provide shade and keep the air clean. Everything has a purpose, and when we are living in our joyful purpose, we will be supported a little bit of time. We will be supported because the universe loves joy. It takes a little bit of time to go from fear to joy, but if you stay steady and keep the course, you will at last come to see that your joy can be your reality. Trust in the promise of joy. It is your birthright." Congratulations to you both. I love you too. Raise a glass to Stephanie and me.